Hey guys, it's me Kevin, and today I'm doing AFL Tipping for round 17. To start off the round, we head to Adelaide Oval on a Thursday night. Adelaide versus Geelong. I will be tipping Geelong purely because of their performance last week, and I think Geelong, they're a pretty good side. I think they just had a slip up against the Bulldogs back in round 15. I think that was a one-off slip off, but Geelong, they're a reasonably good side. Adelaide, they've only won one game since round 7, round 9, sorry. So, really, you can't really go for Adelaide, even if it's at home. So, I'm tipping the Cats. Friday night at Etihad Stadium, St Kilda versus Carlton. I don't know why that's being played on a Friday night. Those are against two low-profile sides, but whatever, I'm not the fixture manager, so. But I will be tipping St Kilda. Carlton, they don't look like they even want to win right now. I mean, they've only defeated one team the whole season. St Kilda, well, they, look, two of their last three games they've played pretty good. So, I mean, St Kilda against Carlton, they're against two bad sides, but St Kilda, I think, will be the better out of the two. Saturday afternoon at Utah Stadium, Hawthorn versus Brisbane. I think Brisbane's two-match winning streak will end. Hawthorn, well, it's in Launceston, and Hawthorn, they have a great record there, so I'll be tipping Hawthorn purely for that reason. Saturday twilight at at the MCG, Melbourne versus Western Bulldogs. I'm going to be tipping Melbourne. I mean, if they're going to play finals, they have to win this match. Bulldogs, I can't really see them doing much right now. They don't look like I think they just had two good performances, and as I said, they fluked. They were having a fluke in those 2 weeks, because last week you could tell they didn't play all that great. Melbourne, they pretty much got the season back on track after their win to Fremantle, so Melbourne it is. Saturday night at Metricon Stadium, Gold Coast versus Essendon. Gold Coast don't even want to win, I'm telling you. Essendon, I mean, they've been playing pretty good. I mean, since round 8, they've only lost 2 matches and they've won 5. So, I mean, look, they lost to Collingwood, but I mean, that's Collingwood. So, Essendon, I'm going to be tipping Essendon. One of the 2 matches of the round, Saturday night, Spotless Stadium, GWS versus Richmond. You'd think I'd learn. I put so out of the times when Richmond is on the road, the only time I've tipped against Richmond was against West Coast. Actually, no. The entire year, the only time I've tipped against Richmond was against West Coast back in round 9, because it was at Optus. So what does that mean? Since it's not at the MCG, it's at Spotless, do I put GWS? No. I'm still putting Richmond purely because, I get Richmond lost to Adelaide, at Adelaide Oval, but this is when Adelaide had all their players at the time, I mean. But, look, really, I just can't see Richmond losing to a team like GWS. Not even if it's on the road. So I think Richmond will break that hoodoo, because they haven't won outside Victoria this year, so Richmond it is. The other match of the round, Collingwood versus West Coast on a Sunday afternoon. I mean, if anything was to go in the way of West Coast, is that they're still undefeated in daylight. All their losses have taken place in either twilight or night matches, and this is another daylight match. But and hopefully, and I hope this happens, they get Jack Darling, Josh Kennedy, and others back. But really, the way the West Coast have played at the MCG in the past few years, and they haven't even been able to defeat a Collingwood side that has been low profile. So, realistically, how are they going to beat a high-profile Collingwood side? I want West Coast to win. I think you know why, but I have to tip Collingwood purely because it's at the MCG, and purely because of their recent history against Collingwood. Sunday afternoon at Etihad Stadium, North Melbourne versus Sydney. I'm going to be tipping Sydney. I can't see Sydney playing as bad as they played last week. I mean, yeah, I don't know what they were doing there. North Melbourne, I'm not sure about them. They could be good and they could be bad. So, unpredictable team, that North Melbourne side. Sydney, they're going to want to bounce back, so I'm going to be tipping Sydney. And Sunday afternoon at Optus Stadium, Fremantle versus Port Adelaide. I don't think you have to spend much time on that. Port Adelaide, one of the strongest sides. Fremantle, one of the weakest sides. So, yeah. Port Adelaide. I mean, I'm not going to spend much time on it. So, to recap my tips, I'm tipping Geelong, St Kilda, Hawthorn, Melbourne, Essendon, Richmond. And on the Sunday matches, I'll be tipping Collingwood, Sydney and Port Adelaide. I hope that helped you with your tipping. I'll see you next week. Bye.